Hey guys, I'm cmasupra, and welcome to the most epic video you will ever see on YouTube. Not really. It's not really the most epic video you'll ever see on YouTube, but you can pretend that it is. And if you do successfully pretend that it is the most epic video you've ever seen on YouTube, then you will actually believe it because you are pretending that it is, and you are making yourself believe it. You are lying to yourself. Congratulations, you made yourself like a video and think that it's a great video. And if you do like this video, be sure to leave a like. That's a great way to ask for likes. So anyways, welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 multiplayer video. I am playing as the Germans, my opponent is the Russians, and we are playing on Road to Kharkov. I did make a video on this map before, but I didn't know the name of it at that time because I didn't actually see the loading screen in that game because I was alt-tabbed at the time, but now I know the name of the map because I've played it quite a few times actually between now and then. It is called Road to Kharkov. So in this game, as you can tell by the video title, at the very, very end of it, I mean like literally the very, very end of this game, I had 3 Panzer IVs and I went up against 4 T-34s, and that is a matchup that Panzer IVs usually will lose. And I'm not going to say whether or not I won the engagement, I'm not going to say whether or not I won this game, but it was quite an awesome fight. It was a very short fight, but it was an awesome fight. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's the main purpose of this video, but even between the beginning of the video here and the end of the video where that fight happens, there's still a lot of other stuff that goes on, and it's all just awesome because it's Company of Heroes, and Company of Heroes 2 is a good game. I know a lot of people say it's worse than Company of Heroes 1, and I fully agree with those people, but it's still a good game. I mean, if it's not a good game, people wouldn't play it. So, that includes me, by the way. I would not play it if I thought it was a bad game. Just clarifying that. So, I'm playing as the Germans. I did a somewhat standard start for me, actually. I've kind of changed my start. I think in one of the updates, Relic made it so that the Germans start off with more manpower, and this may or may not apply to the Soviets as well. I actually don't know. But the Germans now start off with more manpower, and so I now buy 2 Pioneer squads, or really I buy 1, and so I have 2, because you'll start with 1. But I get 2, and I use them to cap points in the early game, as well as getting my typical Grenadier squad, and then an MG, and then some other unit. In this case, it was a Grenadier squad again. So, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because it is a change that I made to my initial build order as the Germans. I haven't played any Soviet games since they made that change, believe it or not. At least as far as I'm aware, I have not. But, it is something I do new with the Germans. I think with the Soviets, I would, even if the Soviets get more manpower, I would still do 1 engineer squad only because the engineer squads just aren't that useful, and conscripts are just so much more useful for the same price. So here we can see an unusual build order by my opponent, and it really should have been a calling card to me to expect a scout car from my opponent here really, really soon, but it wasn't. What I saw was a sniper, and then now we can see there's a scout car. Okay. So this is when I realized, oh, you're going to do that strategy. Well, okay. Luckily, it's not as overpowered as it was when this game first came out. This Pioneer squad is so screwed. It doesn't stand a chance of surviving. Yep, there it goes. But, yeah, the scout car sniper strategy, it's not as powerful as it was when the game first came out, but it's still kind of decent to do. So, I'm kind of fearing it here. It does reduce my opponent's capping power, which I'm fully taking advantage of, especially because I had 2 Pioneer squads, although I did lose 1. I'm still taking advantage of it. I have most of the map captured, as you can see. My opponent just has a little teeny tiny corner of it. And here we get to see something new I learned when I was playing this game. So before, I don't know if this was an update or if my opponent got really, really lucky, but you could not snipe units in buildings. Like, your sniper would just fire at them and never ever hit the unit in the building. That seems to have been changed because he definitely sniped my NG crew members out of buildings this game multiple times. So I don't know if that's like new or if he got really, really lucky this game. Like, crazy lucky. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that. And we are going to see that here somewhat soon. I did manage to get a Panzerfaust off on the scout car. This is excellent because the Panzerfaust does so much damage, and now I'd really, really like to kill the sniper. I'm charging, and this charge is going terribly. Time to retreat. Can I get away before that sniper fires another shot? It seems I can because he accidentally retreated his sniper. Or at least I assume it was an accident. I don't think he did that intentionally, because he had both men and they had a decent amount of health, but maybe it was intentional. Maybe my MG being in the building up there influenced him to retreat. I don't know. But regardless, I am now moving my MG because my opponent knew where my MG was, and you should always move your MG so your opponent doesn't know where they are, and he is not able to flank them. If he can flank them, they're dead MGs. You don't want dead MGs, you want live MGs. Hello here, Conscript Squad. You were one of the reasons I moved my MG. Come chase you down. He's running away. My MG is sticking out the rightmost window. There we go. Took him so long to fire, and then he fired just such a short burst and had to reload. How lame is that? They should really take the time to automatically reload when there's no combat going on, not in the middle of combat. I mean, you have like one bullet in your machine gun, you're not going to go walking into combat. You're going to reload. They should do that automatically, but they don't. They've never done it in Company of Heroes 1 or 2, and I don't think they are ever going to do that. So it's just a game mechanic we have to deal with. So now you can see, I am building a scout car, as you can see in the top right corner, and the reason for that is because my opponent got the scout car and sniper and put the sniper in the scout car, and I need a reliable way to counter that. Infantry is not a reliable way to counter that, so I'm building a scout car. I decided to go with a quick tier 2, and we will have to see how that goes. As you can see, the sniper is sniping my MG. I'm just like, what? Why is this happening? This never used to happen. Why is this happening now? Is he getting insanely lucky? Or is it just a new mechanic that has been changed in one of the updates? I don't know, but I had to retreat my MG because it didn't do what I thought it was going to do against a sniper as it's sitting in a building. Scout car's on the field, it's upgrading to the better gun, and hello there, not half-track, scout car. This looks like a half-track. I am going to kill you. I don't have my better gun yet on the scout car, but I'm still going to try and kill you because you can't damage me, but I can damage you. Haha, you are dead, especially now that I got my better gun upgrade right when you were next to me. And, oh, that squad is so close to dying. Can I chase it and kill it? Oh, that would be so nice. Because that's even a flamethrower squad. If he can lose a flamethrower, that would be excellent. And, oh yeah, he does. It even blows up so he can't pick it up later. Hello here, two conscript squads. Pioneers and a grenadier squad versus two conscript squads. I don't stand much of a chance here, so let's bring the scout car over to help. And just coincidentally, bringing my scout car over here to help gets it away from a guards rifle squad that my opponent made. So that is excellent. I'll also have to get something to counter the guards rifle squad, and just by pure luck and chance, I guess. I mean, if I ever build tier 2, I'm always going to buy Panzer Grenadiers, but just by pure luck, I had Panzer Grenadiers on the field at the same time that he had his guards rifles on the field, and Panzer Grenadiers are a great counter to guards rifles. So, let's use them for exactly that purpose while the Pioneers repair my scout car. Yeah, retreat, buddy. Just run away and retreat. I am floating a lot of manpower. Here we go, upgrading to tier 2. Or rather, tier 3, because... or what? Yeah, upgrading to tier 3, even though it has the number 2 on the button, because it's upgrade number 2. And I am also... I thought I was building something else. It doesn't show I'm building a Pioneer Squad, but I'm pretty sure I'm building a Pioneer Squad. That's an interesting bug. You could see the HQ, when I was looking at my HQ, had the little construction bar on it, so I guess I'm building a Pioneer Squad. Even though it doesn't say I am in the top right corner. Or, no, what am I saying? No! It's upgrading the HQ. What am I saying? Why did I think I was building a Pioneer Squad? I don't know. I know I need one. Maybe that's why I thought I was building one, because I definitely need one. My only Pioneer Squad is down to 2 men and retreating. I need something. I need 2 Pioneer Squads if I'm gonna be focusing on vehicles. Which is my intent this game. I intended to go tier 2, get the scout car, get Panzer Grenadier squad or 2, and then go tier 3 and get some Panzer IVs. That was my intent this game. That was the goal once I saw that my opponent had gone with the scout car sniper strategy at the beginning. Looking at map control, it looks like I have most of the map, although my opponent has taken a fuel point from me, as well as a strategic point, but that's not too big of a deal. He has taken that fuel point though, which is smart of my opponent. Always go for the opponent's fuel because tanks are how you win this game. It's a realization I'm starting to realize. It's a realization I'm starting to realize, yes. Tanks are what win this game. It wasn't the case in Company of Heroes 1, but it is the case in Company of Heroes 2. Infantry cannot counter vehicles as well as they could in Company of Heroes 1, so that's just that. So pretty much every time I play Company of Heroes 2 in any game, I intend to go with tanks at some point, as long as they're not too late. You may have seen me trying to kill the sniper squad with my Panzer Grenadier squad here. That's down to 2 men. Yeah, 2 men. I killed one of the men in the sniper squad, which is excellent, but I cannot stand up to those squads that my opponent has brought, so time to retreat. I wish I would have killed the whole sniper squad, but it didn't happen, and that is really fine because it takes a little while to reinforce, and it's also kind of costly to reinforce one of the men in the sniper squad, so it's okay. I still need to find a way to really counter the sniper though, because so far I haven't been able to kill the squad. It's either going to take a lot of luck, or I have to build my own sniper or do something so that I can kill his sniper. Although building my own sniper is really not the smartest idea because he has 2 men in his squad, while I have 1 man, so I can kill one of his men, but then he'll just kill my sniper and retreat. His squad will have survived and cost him only 90 manpower. Mine would have died and cost me 360. So that wouldn't be a really good trade-off. Hello, T-70. Let's get a Panzerfaust right on you, and I'm actually not worried at all about this T-70, by the way. I don't have any anti-tank on the field, but I do have a scout car with an upgraded gun. Scout car is a Vet 1, and it just got Vet 2 right now, and this is perfect, because I can just go up to the T-70 and kill it with my scout car, because the T-70's armor is just so weak in this game anyway. So I fired 2 Panzerfausts in it, it's down to less than half health. This is great. I can just send my scout car in there, and hopefully it will kill the T-70. I do have most of my opponent's forces retreating, so that's a good thing for me. It means that the T-70 is pretty much the only thing that will be shooting at my scout car. And oh my god, my scout car is at so little health right now. It barely killed the T-70. I knew a scout car at Vet 3 would easily kill a T-70. I've seen it happen. But apparently at Vet 2, it's not nearly as good against a T-70. So that was something I learned at that engagement. Good to note for myself and you guys. But I did kill the T-70 in the end, right? So that's good. I am building my first Panzer IV right now, which is excellent. It's not very late at all. My opponent has only built 1 tank so far. It has been a T-70, which the Panzer IV would have owned anyways. So me building a Panzer IV right now is worst case scenario. I'm building my Panzer IV at the same time my opponent's building his first T-34. Best case scenario, I'm building my Panzer IV while my opponent's building no tanks, and so my Panzer IV will just own his infantry because of the way that tanks make infantry, like, go backwards. Like, jump backwards when there's a shell that lands near him, you know what I mean. So, this Panzer IV will hopefully help me quite a bit. I do have most of the map, and I've had most of the map for most of the game, so my Panzer IV is probably coming earlier than any of his T-34s could possibly come, so I am pretty safe here building a Panzer IV. I see a group of infantry capturing that point over there on the left. Let's send a rifle grenade and see what we can do. Aw, we did nothing. That's where the infantry were standing and then they moved away. How rude. Guards, rifles versus grenadiers at point blank. It sounds like the guards' rifles have the DP light machine gun upgrade, although I could be wrong about that. If they do, then, oh my god, what was that? Was that a mortar round? I am pretty sure that was a mortar round. If only his sniper had gotten a little bit closer to my squad, it would have eliminated his sniper in addition to my squad, but instead it only eliminated my squad. Oh jeez. That was a vetted Panzer Grenadier squad. That is not something I wanted to lose, but I did lose, which sucks. I tried crushing this conscript squad. It didn't go as planned. I accidentally shot the guys I was trying to crush, so moving was just, like, pointless at that point. But at least I killed 2 men in the squad before he retreated. If only you could crush retreating squads. That is not actually something I want at all. I do not want the ability to crush retreating squads. That would just flat out suck in the game. So, finally building a bunker with the intent of making it a med bunker. Took me long enough. It was something I built kind of late this game, as you can see. I mean, I've already gone to tier 3, and I've built a Panzer IV, and it's done a little bit of damage, and I'm only now building a med bunker. Bit late, but it is needed at this point with my with some of my squads being so low on health. My scout car is still Vet 2, it's not Vet 3 yet, so let's try to get it some Vet 3 by killing infantry that can't do much against it, because I can successfully kite infantry. Like, look at this, he's trying to charge me, I am not going to let you, and I failed. Okay. Okay, I'm not as good at kiting as I thought I was, apparently. So, Pioneers, you are just sitting around doing nothing, go repair the scout car, while I reinforce squads in the base and figure out what to do with this Panzer IV. This Panzer IV. Wow, that's a weird way to say Panzer IV. This Panzer IV. That's some weird inflection. Oh, sometimes I talk weird. Looking at the VPs and the map control, it's exactly at half. I have 1 VP, my opponent has 1 VP, and 1 is neutral, and our map control is also like right across the middle line on the map. It's exactly at half right now. That's pretty funny. That doesn't happen very often in most of the games that I play. Hello, Sniper Squad. Oh, you brought a Guards Rifle Squad. Well, I'm gonna kill the Guards Rifle Squad, and you're gonna stop and fire at me with your Sniper Squad. So this Panzer Grenadier Squad really needs to retreat, like, now. Yeah, and I failed. Okay. That's the second Panzer Grenadier Squad I have lost to the Sniper. That is no fun at all. This Panzer IV is killing off that Guards Rifle Squad. Excellent. And hello there, Conscript Squad. That's what you're called. Yeah, try to throw your AT grenade on me and be successful, and don't kill my engine. I am glad he didn't kill my engine, although it really didn't make any bit of difference, because my Pioneers are right there to repair it, and I don't need the Panzer IV to move anywhere anytime soon anyways, so it's fine. This Grenadier Squad, yeah, it was doomed. Let's see. I am floating a ton of resources. I kept doing that this game. I kept forgetting to buy stuff. That's something I have noticed I always have a problem with in Company of Heroes 2. Not so much in Company of Heroes 1, but in Company of Heroes 2 definitely. Are you going to charge me, Conscript Squad? You sure are. Come into my MG fire. I purposely placed my MG there so that you'd come and chase me, and then you'd get suppressed or pinned, and then have to retreat, and then I could go capture that point. But I wasn't successful the way I am meant to be successful. Instead, I was successful by just making him retreat with the Panzer IV alone. You see that sniper over there? Let's send the scout car after it. He doesn't know the scout car is coming, and wow, those snipers died quick. Okay, sniper squad is dead, finally. That took long enough, after him owning my squads. I'm pretty sure that he was sitting over there sniping my MG42. I'm not sure about it, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. So, I guess my MG42 was bait on accident, but it helped me very, very much by killing off the sniper squad. So that works. Second Panzer IV is on the field. So, yeah, this is where I don't really have a fleshed out strategy in the game. Like, at the beginning of the game, my strategy is mostly fleshed out. I know exactly what units I'm going to build when, and in what order, but towards the mid-game and the late game, I really don't have much of a strategy planned out. It's always just build whatever I need based on the occasion and what my opponent has on the field. That's how I decide what I build. And so, second Panzer IV is what I decided because I figured the first Panzer IV is doing quite well. Let's just build a second one and go Zerg rush his army using Panzer IVs. This Vet 3 Grenadier Squad better survive. It does not. Dang it. That was a pretty bad loss on my part. Vet 3 Scout Car. I missed it getting Vet 3, but it is Vet 3 now, so that is excellent. I really don't have that many units. I have 7 units. That's way fewer than I'm used to having in this game, but I guess I've lost quite a few units, but so has my opponent. You want to chase me down, throw an AT grenade at me? Go ahead. I have 2 Panzer IVs here that will shoot at you and annihilate you. He decides it's against his better judgment to go chasing after my Panzer IV, so I give chase with my Panzer IVs, and he knows he is screwed if he stays around. Excellent. So, oh, hello there, Guards Rifle Squad. You're at Vet 2, my Grenadier Squad is at Vet 2. Let's send a rifle grenade over to you. Hopefully it'll kill off a couple men, if not your whole squad. Oh dear, okay, here's a surprise. My opponent has a T-34 on the field. Okay, send both Panzer IVs over here to deal with the T-34. My Grenadier Squad is winning the engagement against the Guards Rifle Squad, so I don't need to worry about that. I need to focus on killing this T-34. I'm sending both my Panzer IVs over there to deal with it, and hopefully they will be successful. I'm actually only sending one because I'm repairing the other one. My mistake. But I'm sending one to go kill it because one is really all that's needed to kill it, because it is quite damaged already. That's why he ran away. As you can see, I just gave up. I didn't want to go too far into enemy territory because I know my opponent has AT grenades. He's already used them multiple times on my Panzer IVs, so if I go too far in, I'll get AT grenaded, and then the T-34 will kill me, along with the AT grenades, of course, because they do damage. They don't just destroy engines. So I move my Panzer IV back, and we are good to go. Wow, that mortar did a lot of damage. Luckily, I have a Pioneer Squad right here. I wanted the Pioneer Squad to go capture this point, so I can just have them repair the scout car right in the point, and then I see a T-34 incoming. Oh dear, that's not good. Scout car might have Vet 3, but that does not make it invulnerable. And I'm trying to back away, but it dies to infantry fire, and this is not good. It's crushing my my Pioneers. My poor Pioneers, and then they died to something. I don't know what killed them, but they died. But at least I know where his T-34 is until he runs away, and my Panzer IVs are too far behind to go give chase and kill the T-34. So he's using hit-and-run tactics with his T-34. That is very evident, and it is effective. I will give him that. But hit-and-run tactics don't do as much damage as pure, raw, head-on tactics. Of course, head-on tactics gives your opponent the ability to shoot at you as well as you shoot at him, which is not always a good thing. But his hit-and-run tactics will hopefully not dwindle me down at all. I have picked a doctrine. Why did I pick this doctrine? I don't remember. I really don't remember why I picked this doctrine. But anyways, there's a T-34 here against my two Panzer IVs. I believe my opponent also has an AT gun off to the left, if I am not mistaken. He may not, I don't know, but he severely damaged one of my Panzer IVs, the second one I built, that is. Or no, the third one I built. Wait, what? I built the third one already? Okay. Well, I have 3 Panzer IVs now, but I lost one, so I actually have 2. I have 2 Panzer IVs. I give chase with this Panzer IV, as you can see. I am risking getting AT grenaded here by giving chase like that. Hello there on the right side. I have an MG42 waiting for you, and then over here on the left, as you can see, that risk of getting AT grenaded is very real, because you can see he has so much infantry over there just charging me. I do not want them charging me and destroying my engines, so let's just back up. The engine on my other Panzer IV is definitely destroyed. It's barely moving, so I send my 2 Pioneer squads to go repair it. Always a good idea to have at least 2 Pioneer squads if you have at least 1 vehicle. At least in my opinion. I have built a pack. I don't know if in fact I know I didn't mention it, but I have built a pack, but it's not doing anything yet. The reason I built the pack was because I knew my Panzer IVs were not going to be enough against his T-34s and potentially his Su-85s if he gets any. So I figured a pack would be a good thing to have, especially because I can lure him just like this into my pack's line of fire. You can see my pack off the very, very right side of the screen, just under the unit list. And my Panzer IV is backing up, luring my opponent in. This is why I bought the pack. So I could lure my opponent in, he would get shot at by the pack, and hopefully he wouldn't notice. I just killed off a full conscript squad. That is excellent. Look at this, he got lured in with that T-34. He got hit by the pack, and I believe both of my Panzer IV shot at him, although I might be wrong and only one shot at him. But, yeah, pack is a good long-range unit for surprising your enemy. As you can see here, I used the fragmentation bomb, not grenade, ability from my doctrine. I tried to kill off a whole bunch of his infantry, but instead I just made him charge me with his infantry. It's not what I wanted, but it is kind of effective because I am killing off many of his men until he throws a grenade in the middle of my pioneers and kills off a whole squad. Normally that grenade would not have killed off the whole squad, but I'm pretty sure pioneers take extra damage when they're repairing, and I just completely ignored that fact. I mean, I even saw the grenade being thrown. I was just like, whatever, you can throw a grenade at me. I'm feeling a little bit too lazy to dodge it, and I lost a Pioneer squad as a result because I didn't remember the fact that Pioneers take more damage when they're repairing. Oh. Oh well, that's one Pioneer squad lost. I know I've lost at least 3 squads this game, although I'm sure I've lost more. 3 squads and 1 tank at the minimum. I know I've lost 2 Panzer Grenadier squads and a Pioneer squad that I just lost, as well as a Panzer IV. I don't know what else I've lost, although I'm pretty sure I've lost more than that. So I've had quite a few losses this game, but so has my opponent, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I have lost more, actually. I remember that I lost a Vet 3 Grenadier squad a little while back. That was a terrible loss. I also lost a Pioneer squad at the beginning of the game, which was a terrible loss as well. Every loss is a terrible loss in this game. Unless you're strained by population cap, in which case it's not a terrible loss if you lose something because you want to buy something better. So I now have 3 Panzer IVs out on the field, control groups 1, 2, and 3, although I labeled the new one as control group 1 because I already had 2 and 3 and I didn't feel like relabeling all my Panzer IVs to be in the order that I bought them. I just put the newest one as control group 1 and called it good. But I have 3 Panzer IVs in the field, 2 are at full health. I have one that's at very, very low health, but it is Vet 2. I believe both my Pioneer squads are repairing it. No, one is. The other one is on its way. It was like just reinforced or just built. I'm pretty sure it was just built. Hello here, T-34s. I use a Panzerfaust on the rightmost T-34. He's backing up both of his T-34s. I'm charging forward with only 1 Panzer IV, not even 2, but just 1. And I'm trying to kill this T-34. I tell my Panzer IV to move forward. I'm trying to crush these guards' rifles at the same time. And, oh, come on, kill the T-34 before it gets out of sight, and it goes out of sight, and I'm just like, screw it. I don't want to lose this Panzer IV, I don't want to risk it. My opponent has more repair time on that T-34 than I have repair time on this Panzer IV, so if I just back up and repair this Panzer IV, it will be back in action before my opponent's T-34 will be back in action. And so I should just save my Panzer IV, don't risk charging the enemy with my Panzer IV, and call it good. So that was almost an intense fight. Luckily my opponent just backed away. My pack is now Vet 1. I'm sure that he, or it, he, it, she, I don't know. It helped. Why am I all of a sudden caring what I call a pack? I normally don't care, I just call it whatever pops into my mind, but okay. I'm pretty sure the pack did help against the T-34s. They were part of the persuasion for my opponent to back up with his T-34s. I try to kill this 120mm mortar, that overpowered mortar. Although lately I have noticed that the 82mm mortar that the Russians get is actually seemingly stronger than the 120mm now. I don't know what Balancing Relic is doing. But regardless, I tried to kill the mortar, I failed, and then the conscript squad just happened to retreat right into me, and so I killed off the conscript squad, picked up their flamethrower, and then retreated with my Panzer Grenadier squad, and they will live to fight another day. Because there are 2 T-34s chasing them, and they can definitely beat out the T-34s in terms of speed. So, I know that the 2 T-34s my opponent has are off at the top right corner of the map, and so I'm moving my Panzer IVs over there. I'm also moving my pack over there because I'm pretty sure that at this point my opponent's going to push on the right side of the map, because he just did push on the left, it failed. I've seen that he's moved his T-34s over to the right, and so he's probably going to push on the right, especially because he just had a slight bit of success by making my my Panzer Grenadier squad retreat. There we go, that's what they're called. So I'm moving everything to the right. I'm pretty sure that's where my opponent's going to push. But I'm also keeping him kind of in the middle, as you can see on the minimap, just in case. I know he's not going to push on the left, but just in case he pushes in the middle instead of the right, I have them in the middle. I do have this Grenadier Squad and MG42 off on the right side as early warning systems for me, and as you can see, they're successful because I can now see that a T-34 is coming on this side. The other T-34 is also here. They have let me know where both of my opponent's T-34s are, and so I know where I need to have my forces. And here we can see that because I thought my opponent had 2 T-34s, I have charged in with 2 Panzer IVs, and it seems that I was wrong. He actually has 3 T-34s at least right now. So, I don't know. My screen just went black. Okay, now I can start commentating again. So I back up my Panzer IVs. That's what happens when I don't move the mouse within 15 minutes. But, I back up my Panzer IVs. I do have an MG bunker off on the left, although it's not an MG bunker yet. I just don't have enough munitions for it. It costs 60. I just now got 60, although I'm not paying enough attention right now to my munis to buy the MG yet. I do get the Panzerschreck upgrades on one of my Panzer Grenadiers. I don't know why I can't remember their name. Panzer Grenadier squads, and the reason for that was I figured my opponent has 3 T-34s against my 3 Panzer IVs and a pack. I want something more than just the 3 Panzer IVs in a pack, because the pack is quite slow, and I feel like I might need to be mobile against these T-34s, so it's basically 3 Panzer IVs versus 3 T-34s, and that means 0 advantage for me. I want to have an advantage of some kind, and because the pack is not mobile, I need a mobile unit, and the Panzerschreck Panzer Grenadiers give me that mobile unit. As you can see, I even moved up my pack far forward, like way too far forward for my own good. So I'm now backing it up. The reason I moved it forward was I wanted it to be mobile enough. I wanted to be able to actually fight. So here you can see, my opponent has found 3 of my Panzer IVs, all 3 of them, and so he is now retreating. He did not expect them to be there at all. I say hi there in chat, and just like, hi, I would like you to meet my Panzer IVs, even though I really wouldn't like him to meet them, although he did meet them. So he's now fully aware that I have 3 Panzer IVs. He is fully aware of where they are right now on the map. This is a good time for me to just advance. So I buy the MG42 upgrade on my leftmost bunker, protecting the leftmost VP, and charge forward with my 3 Panzer IVs, the Vet 2-1 in the front, just by chance. It was not planned that way, even though it is the best way to do it. I spot 1 T-34. I told my Panzer IVs to focus fire. I back up my Vet 2 Panzer IV so it doesn't take all the fire from these T-34s, and I see my opponent has 4 T-34s now. Okay, this was not expected. Backing up my weak Panzer IV, I'm focusing on another T-34 now rather than giving chase to the first one. I kill 1 T-34, and now I need to work on killing another T-34, whichever one I pick. I gotta focus fire on it. And it seems that my opponent decides to ram one of my Panzer IVs, and this is just perfect because my pack can actually be useful. Even though it's slow, his T-34 can't move at all, so this just works out well. My leftmost Panzer IV is doing some killing on infantry. I don't know what it's doing, but it's at very low health, so it cannot help in this fight. My pack and Panzer IVs are helping against that T-34. It is dead. Both T-34s there were dead, actually, so they're all dead. My opponent has 1 T-34 left, and he decides to go charging forward with it for some odd reason. I guess he just kind of gave up. It was at, like, very, very low health, and he just lost 3 T-34s. He lost pretty much everything he had in that fight there right at the end, and so he gives up and gives me a victory that I was probably going to get anyways after that fight, because my opponent had pretty much nothing left. This game did get me up to rank 80, finally. I have not yet reached rank 100. So, here we can see the remains of that big fight. I have 3 Panzer IVs remaining, all 3 of mine survived. My opponent lost 3 of his T-34s and just sacrificed the 4th one by ramming me, or attempting to ram me with that last one, although my Panzer IVs and pack were able to shoot it and kill it before it rammed me. So, 3 Panzer IV still alive, 2 are Vet 2, 1 is Vet 1, and my pack is also Vet 2 after that fight. I think it went from Vet 0 to Vet 1 to Vet 2 in that fight. I remember it had Vet 1 already. My opponent did have a T-34 over here, and then in terms of infantry, he had a mortar, a conscript with only 1 man, a guards rifle squad, and some other squad. A penal battalion squad, that's what it is. So he didn't have much in terms of infantry compared to my infantry list, as you can see at the top right corner. He also only had one tank remaining after that. He lost pretty much everything in that fight at the end. So that's why he gave up, and it was quite a good fight in my opinion. It was very short, but it was a good fight. It shows the power of focus firing against your opponent, because my opponent did not focus fire on me as far as I'm aware. He may have focus fired on that first Panzer IV, the one that I had to back up that was Vet 2 and was like severely damaged and then couldn't participate in the fight anymore. But after that, I don't think he focus fired on any of my Panzer IVs. He just fired at whichever one he could damage, because as you can see, they're both at half health, really. So, the power of focus firing, right? It is such a powerful thing to do. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like I asked at the beginning of the video for no real reason. I did not intend to ask for a like this video, but why not? I did it at the beginning, let's ask for it at the end. And I will see you all in the next video. That's a weird transition. Bye, guys. Did you really kill that MG? Really? Like, really? Oh man, retreat, yeah. Oh, whoa, what happened here? Is that a flame critical?